Welcome, everybody. I want to go over our salute one more time. We always present something and then review it the next week. So first of all, with our right hand, we're going to make a fist with our thumb across, and that is, and the fist, we're going to try not to do this, right? We're going to make it flat. So it's not like this. It's kind of flat to the extent that we can. Not everybody can do that. And then put the thumb across. This is actually an S. I think I mentioned that last time, an S in American Sign Language. So now you know how to do that if you didn't. We're going to take our Tai Chi hand. We've talked about that a couple of times. It's that nice extended rounded hand, like you were, you know, a little rounded, like you could put it on your head or something and make it round. It's like just like that. And we're going to put the palm, going to put this fist into the palm like this, sort of knuckles to knuckles. And then, I'm not quite sure. Oh yeah, I think you can see. You see this is called the fist eye. We're going to put that thumb right here. That's for humility. And then shoulders relaxed, elbows down, comfy, comfy, and a little expansion across our backs, a little push out. And that's how we say hello. So it's a little tiny push out. Yeah, it's whatever feels good. And you're getting that nice Tai Chi expansion when you do that. So welcome. One review out of the way. What did we do last week? Well, we learned the salute and warmed up with our wellness exercises, as we will today. And there's more wellness exercises to come. There's 9 of them. So we're going to be adding more. We explored turning our torso. Some of you have been through that with us before. And we're going to go review some of that today, especially standing. And today, we're also going to go into that mysterious thing, just an intro to it, about relaxing our waist. We've talked a little bit about that. And believe it or not, Chinese folk think of what we call the waist when we're speaking about it in English is this area in your lower back. It's not like putting a belt around you. And so relaxing that and opening the qua. We're going to talk a little bit about that. So you may have heard those terms around Tai Chi and hear them again and again. Oh, we're going to open the qua, and I'm going to give you an introduction to that. Some easy ways to at least get you started in doing some of that, because it's going to help with our turning. So that's what we're going to do. And the big thing today, you will notice that my arms look a little different than they usually do. Well, that's because we're going to be doing some interesting things with our arms today, because the next wellness exercise is cloud hands. And some of you had an introduction to that before. And I'm looking at folks, even folks that I know haven't had cloud hands, and I'm seeing some circles going here. That's wonderful. So that's all it is. That's all it is circles. And of course, there's always more to it. I wanted to remind you too that last week we put butterflies on our arms. And I just want you to remember that when and if you didn't have a chance to do the butterflies on your arm last week, do it at home this week, because when you imagine a butterfly on your arm, interesting things happen to it. You know, your arm's just sitting there and then there's a butterfly there and your whole body, what did we say last week? You found yourself extending and you found yourself moving more slowly and evenly because you were carrying a butterfly, right? Yeah. Oh, I'm seeing everybody do it. Wasn't that wonderful? I mean, don't give that up. Put that anytime. If you feel you can't be even or you can't calm down, put a butterfly on top of your head, put a butterfly on your arm in your imagination. It'll slow you down. It extends you. And these are all good things for your body. So that's what we're doing. Let's warm up. Welcome, Rima.
Hi.
Hi. So let's settle into our feet. In one of the classes last week, I don't remember if it was this one or the Saturday one, we got really simple. And we said, you know, we're going to go through a long list, but the most simple way to do this is to say, elevate your head and suspend your body. Think about that. So we usually talk about hooking the center of our head up to the sky, something nice up there. Gentle, very gentle pull all the way through our spine, making us just a little taller. And our shoulders, you know, our neck's gotten long. Our shoulders are just like they were hanging on a coat hanger. That's that suspended body. And your whole body is suspended, but when it's suspended, it's hanging, so it's also extended. But you're relaxed when you do this. You're gonna check in with those knees. Are they still soft or have they kind of locked? Remember, one of the things we also do is we bend those knees a little I find that useful, just like we're sitting on a chair. Imagine that, and then come up. I just find that really useful to relax my waist. More about that later. Feel the weight equally distributed on both of your feet. So one foot feeling more heavy, or maybe the balls or the heels feeling more heavy. Imagine again that your body is being pulled straight out of the top of your head and you're just hanging. You may find that's enough to make everything even. This is prepare, and you guys look fabulous. Let's go into opening the first exercise in yang form. We're going to feel that stretch across our upper back. It's going to turn our upper arms, and our palms are going to go back. And then levering up, floating up, go those extended, beautiful extended arms. The elbows release, droop, and we're pushing down, like pushing a big ball into water until we can't anymore. Nice. And we're going to come back. And this time we're going to go into the wellness exercises. So be in prepare, elevate, suspend, extend. And here we go. We're going to go into that opening, floating up, extended. Your knees are going to bend. You're still extended, but you're coming down as you push. You're still pushing into the water. And then up. And down. Your whole body up and down. Up, just like a wave. You're still suspended. There's like this Tai Chi pole that you're going up and down. When you go down, you're reaching with your lower back, with your bottom for a chair. Breathe in when you come up. And breathe out when you go down. Breathe in. Can you kind of get the feeling? Somebody has some noise in their room. Thank you. Now we're going to go into rock spreads its wings, coming up, out, opening and closing. Opening, this is done with your back. It's almost as a tiny little wave here. It just hits your hands. Oh, you're coming up, and then your back, your upper back with your shoulders is helping those arms move. Opening, closing. Nice. You can breathe with this too. This is wellness exercise number 2. Rock spreads its wings. And we'll come down. Nice. And now we're going to go up, look at the moon, and down. Arms rotate, up, shoulders stay down. At the shoulder, at the 45, we're going to bend those elbows and let the arms come over. Let's see that again. Rotate, up to 45, bend, the arms come in, down, up, down. Again, this movement is powered by your legs. The energy from your legs comes up through your body. Imagine it into making that circle. Nice. I love how I'm seeing the shoulders staying down. And we'll stop here. All right, how was that today? Rima.
Somebody still has some, I don't know, a TV on in the background maybe, or it's distracting me a little bit.
Everybody listen in your space and see if there is some other, something else going on. Thanks, Rima. All right, how are people feeling today? Are we good? Welcome, Bobby. Nice to have you here. All right, well, those are the first 3 wellness exercises. We're not fully warmed up yet, so I promised you at the beginning of class that we were going to talk just a little bit of intro about opening our quad and relaxing our waist. You've been talking about some of it, but not using those terms. First of all, I want to point out that in rock spreads its wings, we opened our shoulder joints, right? We opened the shoulder joints, whether you did it here, everybody has different mobility today, or whether you did it here. You opened the shoulder joint. We talked about opening and closing, right? So we're going to be talking about opening and closing our hips shortly. And I want to remind you that when we talked earlier about reaching down, we've talked about this a bunch, reaching down to sit on a chair. We've talked about relaxing this area, and we're going to work a little bit more about that, relaxing this area and reaching down and kind of extending it. When we say relaxing in Tai Chi, we mean 2 things. Number 1, we mean it's not tight, it's not tense. We absolutely mean that. But we also mean we've given it a chance to extend, and we're encouraging that extension with our whole our whole thoughts and body. So that's what relaxing the waist is all about. Let's actually get into something that I call the gorilla pose. So we've talked about that a bit. I want you to just imagine that the bottom part, you can let the whole top part of you if you want to too. Oh, this is great. Imagine that you're a bit of a gorilla. You've seen gorillas. And it's interesting because gorillas can't lock their pelvis. They really can't. They're always, if you kind of think this way about a gorilla, that's because gorillas do that. They're very different from us in that they can't actually, fully stand, fully erect quite in the same way that we do with their pelvis. So I want you to just think about that. I want you to feel like a gorilla for a minute, just kind of let the gorilla-ness get into your body. Encouraging this whole area to get relaxed. All right? So get that relaxed in you. Still hung up right at the top. So, put a butterfly on top of your head if that helps. Let Kuan Yin, the goddess of compassion, if that's something that works for you, hold you with that golden cord. You want your Tai Chi line still there, but you want to relax. Soft knees. So experience that for a minute. And then I'd like you, here's another image for you that might work. Let the upper part of you just be, again, suspended and hanging, and the lower part, but how about being a puppet? So imagine that puppeteer is kind of pulling on you. Just get some jiggles going. Feel your feet firmly on the ground. Mine are going to move because my body's really jiggling right now. But go ahead, and I'm realizing that I've got my camera too far. Just jiggle for a minute while I fix this. Try again. There we go. It's like, why is my camera like that? All right. So just jiggle it. See if you can, in jiggling it, relax those knees. Let your whole body feel what we think of as relaxed. It's okay to go limp at the moment. It's okay to go limp. Nice. Yeah. This is actually very good for you. Don't do anything that hurts. Just do whatever doesn't. All right. And then stay at the bottom at some point. You're kind of jiggling down and up. Stay at the bottom and try to keep that relaxed feeling. All right. So you've got your kind of gorilla on, your relaxed feeling, your pelvis is more relaxed. And now I want you to think about your leg, your thigh bone. You could even put a hand on it if you want, like I am. And I want to think about, you've got your weight on this leg. I'm mirroring you at this point, but you can pick a leg. It doesn't matter. And then I want you to pivot on your heel. I want you to turn the whole bone, that whole bone out. That's the same thing we do when we open our arm. It's done a little differently anatomically, but turn that bone out. Nice. Let's do this on the other side. Put your weight over here. Put your hand over here. Turn it out. You're not turning your foot as much as what you're really doing is turning, again, opening. This is opening the quad. Opening your quad. Nice. You can have your feet close together or far apart, doesn't matter. Open your quad. Now, here's an experiment for you. It is, well, here, actually, let's actually just do what I call knee bumps. At your own speed, you can down bump, back bump, 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 bump. We want to get ourselves in the habit of always having our knees over our toes. But when we say that, what we really mean is open the quad. This is your quad here. This is open your hip, open your pelvis here. And when you open the pelvis, make sure that whole leg turns. You don't want to do something like this, right? You want to make sure that whole leg turns. Let's do it on the other side. Bump, back, bump, back, bump, back, bump, back. Turning out, in, opening that quad. Nice. All right. Now, this is a lot easier when we've got our knees bent, we've got our gorilla on, and we've been jiggled, at least for most of us. If we get all kind of Tin Man about it, tight glutes, everything else, now put your weight over on this side and see how easy it is or not it is to turn that leg out. If you're really over here, and you're really tight, it can be hard to turn. At least it is for me. If you're gorillaed, if you're reaching down more in back, not like this, but like this, you can open quite far often. So it's something to experiment with. So when you hear in Tai Chi people say, open your quad and relax your waist, just think gorilla for now, that's relax your waist. Reaching for the chair, that's relax your waist. Opening your quad, it's like this. It's taking this thigh bone out. It's rotating this hip out. And it's easier, it's often easier to do if we are relaxed in the back. Okay? So when people say knees over your toes in Tai Chi, they actually are talking about this thigh bone, which is connected to the knee bone, rotating out. Everybody got that? Good. Took me years to, literally a couple of years before I could get that relaxed feeling in my waist. It takes all of us a different amount of time. And it took a long time to figure out how to really open and have the flexibility I wanted in Tai Chi. And some of that is just that, you know, as we get older, we don't have as much flexibility, but some of that is also that how we hold our body and the tension we have in it. So use the gorilla, use whatever works for you in order to do that. Any questions about that? Did you guys experience a difference? I'm seeing Yukiko saying yes. Somebody else? Okay, sounds good. Sounds very good. All right, I want to go on next today to teaching a little bit of cloud hands, and we talked about that earlier. It's this kind of a movement. So it's a little confusing. The good news is it's done on both sides, so you can mirror me to some extent, and we can always turn around once you know it, and you can see it from behind, which helps as well. And some of you already know it, but let's just make it easy to start with. So you can have your upper body or your lower body wherever you want it right now. I'm just going to crouch a little bit and put an arm up. So put an arm up, actually let's hold a sack of apples. That's probably best. Let's hold a sack of apples. Let me get in the center here. Let's hold a sack of apples. And now let's bring them up. I call this kind of the read your notes position. So let's take that. It'd be read your notes, but we're going to just do it like this. It's about, you know, you could look down and go, oh yeah, it's written on the palm of my hand, right? Now, where those elbows are, that's a really nice position in Tai Chi. You could have a little something under here, a little something over here. They're not in like this, they're out like this. Yeah, you guys look fabulous. And they're relaxed. I mean, they are, your elbows droop. Your elbows droop. This is the beginning of body shape. We'll be talking more about that as the weeks go by. So let's try that again. Like if we're going to get this kind of body shape, it's like this, right? Now, I just want you to follow me. Can we leave our elbows where they are and be sort of like a puppet? Just drop those arms. Drop those arms. Now you see how I'm leaving my elbows where they are and drop. It's like a puppeteer has me. So the puppeteer's got my elbows. My elbows don't fall. My elbows don't fall. Just here. And then let's look at this puppeteer's doing. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Can we do this? And this. Experiment. Out and in. We do that. And how about in, up, and out? Can you spin your arms? Right around you. Lovely, lovely. I'm seeing shoulders for the most part, staying down and relaxed. Yeah, this is good. All right, so this is really kind of all that this is in one sense. I want to teach you a couple of other things. So you've seen that you can do it, and if we had a finger, your finger could go around in an oval, couldn't it? Now notice that I'm opening a little bit and closing a little bit right here at my shoulder so that I get an oval, not a circle, right? Getting an oval like this. So if you can do that. And I'm not moving my elbow much. Lovely, lovely. Let's do it with the other hand. So again, I could have circled, but I'm gonna oval. There's this little opening that happens right here. Nice. And it's like I'm gonna paint across here, and then I'm just gonna drop it like we just did. Come up, it's behind, and then I'm gonna turn it and paint and drop it. But you are doing that all naturally, all of you, because it's the way, it's easy. Okay, so fabulous. Terrific. All right, now I want to teach you something else. We call this the Queen's Wave. Anybody know before you went to Tai Chi what a Queen's Wave is? Aha, yeah, Elizabeth knows. Yes, exactly, Bobby, wonderful. Yeah, so if you go like this all the time, number one, in some places it's not acceptable. And the other thing is it takes a lot of energy and it's not so cool on your wrist. But if you just move your forearm back and forth like this, so grab your forearm and turn your forearm, don't move your wrist. Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's it. And Bobby knew how to do it, and Elizabeth did too. Right, that's the Queen's Wave. So it's not this, right? It's not that. It's just moving your forearm. And we already know this position, right? We know this position right here. So we could have Queen's Waves, right? Cool. Cool. That's the Queen's Wave. Why do I say Queen's Wave? Because Queen's Wave helps us do a grab pull. So when we talk about a Tai Chi hand, we have this open part here. It's called the tiger's mouth. It's called the tiger's mouth because the tiger is always hungry. So you put an arm, your own arm, if you want, take your tiger's mouth and imagine that you grabbed your arm. You see? You could grab and you could pull. You could pull, right? I could Queen's Wave, grab, pull. With my other hand, I could Queen's Wave, grab, pull. And then remember, we just kept our elbows there, let our arm drop in that sort of beautiful butterfly position that's extended, and circle around. And then what happens when it comes up in front of you? Queen's wave to palm out, grab, pull. That pull is where you're opening here, and then just let it fall. Let's try it with the other one. Queen's wave, grab, pull. Let it fall. Up. Queen's wave, grab, pull. Nice. Falls, up. Queen's wave, grab, pull. Wonderful. All right, so these are movements you're going to need. So let's go back to the fingers. We've got oval, oval, just around here, right? Turn the finger into a hand. Queen's wave, drag, grab, pull, right? You can turn it into a hand. It's the same movement. Other side, fingers. We just drew an oval. It was natural for us. Turn it into a hand. It's a queen's wave, drag, grab, pull. Not a drag, it's a grab, pull. All right. Nice, nice. All right, so here's where it gets funky, right? All right, so start with this hand. Queen's wave. Well, let's actually start with fingers. Okay, gonna make ovals. Oval, this one's gonna come up. Inside, up. Inside, up. You're just circling them. Inside, up, nice. Inside, up. Turn it into a hand. Nice. Now you see how it kind of, if you look at this hand, it kind of goes out to the corner. So you could watch your hands. Of course, you may have to watch me right now to figure out what's going on. We're going to introduce you to one more thing. I know it's a lot, but I can see you guys are actually doing this. Well, first, before we do that, any questions about this part? It's going to take lots of practice, and one reason why we're doing it now is not only that it's the next one in the wellness exercise, but because this takes a lot of practice, and that gives us all the rest of the time to practice it, right? So it's a good one for that. So you guys seem to have the Queen's wave. When in doubt, you can always just do circles, ovals, oval, oval, oval. Yeah, yeah. You can do one or both. Oh, very nice, Bobby. You're getting it. Nice. All right. So we're going to add one more thing. I want you to put the gorilla on to your lower body, but I want beautiful butterfly in your upper body. Okay. This guy's going to hold a sack of apples, but this guy's going to come up like read your notes for right now. Okay. Or maybe even just, yeah, right, almost right in front of your face for right now. Now, what we're going to do is turn on our Tai Chi pole, but do the same. Well, first, we're not going to turn, right? We're just going to, don't turn, just let your arms go. But a Queen's wave while this one comes up. And as this one comes up, this one turns over, Queen's wave. I want you to notice that when this one is about to turn and fall down, this one is pointing at it. Okay? And then inside comes up, outside falls down, and they're right in the middle, Queen's wave. When you're about to have this one fall down, this one's kind of, the fingers are almost pointing to your forearm. Okay? And it's just going to the corner. When they're in the middle, they're kind of in the middle. Queen's wave happens in the middle, and the falling outside arm and the pointing happens at the horizontal. Okay? Now, what if we turned our body, just our torso? So if I'm going to turn this way, let this one just fall, turn my upper body to the corner, and now that arm will probably reach almost, this upper arm, almost to the side of the room. Then inside arm rises as we turn back. Outside arm falls until we're towards the center. Queen's wave, pull, keep turning. It almost makes the side of the room. Inside arm rises, out, turning back now. Outside arm falls. There you are in the center. Queen's wave, you keep turning, pull. Inside arm rises, turning back. Queen's wave at the center, pull. You've turned as far as you can, turning back, inside arm rises. Queen's wave, pull. Inside arm rises. And then let's bring them back. That's cloud hands. Phew. It's a lot to it. Was that new for anybody in this room? I see a nod from Bobby. Anka, was it new for you too? Wow. Fabulous. And Elizabeth, was it new for you? I think so.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
You guys were amazing. I was so amazed that Elizabeth was going like this when I just first did it. And sometimes that's true, and sometimes I couldn't do that at all, to be honest. This is something that takes a long time. And again, if you just do one side, that's fine. Eventually, it'll all come because you learn it in your body. All right, we're going to do the wellness exercises now. Oh, any questions on this? Okay, we're going to do our wellness exercises again, and we're going to add this one on. Okay, we'll shorten the other ones, we'll lengthen this one. So let's get ourselves into prepare. And we will not do just the regular opening. We'll go right into moving like the waves. I always have trouble remembering what that was. Moving with the waves. There we go. So get into prepare. Remember, extend, elevate, suspend. Feel that stretch across your back, your arms, levering up, floating up, You're going to sink now as you push that ball into the water. And come up. And down. Up. And down. One more. Up. And down. Rock spreads its wings. We rotate our arms as we come up, shoulders stay down. We gaze at the moon. Doing it again. Coming down. Arms rotate. Gazing at the moon. And down. Coming out, and this time in. Rock spreads its wings. Opening. That opening comes from our back. Like giant wings. Now I have to remember how to get into this. That's so funny. Now I don't remember how to get into it. We're going to start here. Here we go. Just mirror me. We're going to turn a little bit. Our arm is going to rise. Turning out. Pull. Inside arm rises. Grabs. Pulls. We turn back. Inside arm rises. Grabs. Pulls. Inside arm rises. Grabs. Pulls. Inside arm rises. Grabs. Pulls. Two more. Coming back. Stopping. Bringing our arm down. And let's drag our fingers through the sand. Hot, warm, lovely sand. Sunny day. Grab some up on our toes. And let the sand go through your fingers. Drag our fingers through the warm sand. Grab some up. Feel its grittiness. And down. Hook yourself up to that Tai Chi pole. Let the goddess of Kuan Yin hold you as you try to go up and down. Drag your fingers through the sand. And down. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Wow.